Now I would like to bring to the podium Dr. Lena Wen, President of Planned Parenthood Federation of America.
Thank you all. I have to say it's amazing to see so many pink shirts in our audience today, and I'm so proud to be here. So I just started 4 months ago as the president of Planned Parenthood Federation of America. And I'm very proud to be standing with so many people here who are amazing champions for reproductive rights and health. And I hope that you'll join me in thanking our president and CEO of Planned Parenthood of Southern New England here, Amanda Skinner, for all of her leadership. And I'm glad to be standing alongside so many champions who have long stood with us in understanding, as you said so well, that reproductive health care is health care. And these include Chairwoman Anastasia Williams. Thank you again for all your leadership. Senator Melissa Murray, who we'll hear from shortly. Thank you. I have long known about the leadership of Representative Edie Agello. I thank you so much. And kudos also to the Rhode Island Coalition for Reproductive Freedom for getting us to where we are today, for standing with us every step of the way. Thank you so much for your attention. Now, your work in Rhode Island to protect abortion care is critical, and I want to give you the national perspective on why this is the case. Just last week, Planned Parenthood and the Guttmacher Institute released new data showing the terrifying reality that women around the country are facing. It's early in 2019, and already there have been over 250 bills introduced that directly restrict abortion access around the country. 15 states have introduced abortion bans early in pregnancy at 6 weeks, when most women don't even know that they're pregnant. And these types of introduced bans are up by 63% compared to the same time in 2018. And 3 of these bills banning abortions early in pregnancy have already been signed into law in Kentucky, Mississippi, and last week in Georgia. These are examples of politicians directly interfering with medical practice, and in the process, endangering women's lives. With Brett Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court, the landscape for women is even more dire. You heard my colleague talk about how Roe could well be overturned within the next year. And if that were to happen, then 25 million women, which is 1 in 3 women of reproductive age in this country, could be living in states where abortion is banned, outlawed, and criminalized. And we know the consequence of that. It's women's lives. You know, I'm a physician, and one of my mentors practiced medicine, worked in the ERs prior to Roe versus Wade. And he talked about how there was a whole section in the hospital called the sepsis ward. And it was for women who were dying from kidney failure, from total body infections, from heart failure, all because they lacked the access to safe legal abortion. So we cannot roll back the gains that we've made and go back to a time when thousands of women died every year right here in the US. And by the way, we also know that this is not the will of the people, right? We know that in this last election, women of color and all people stood up to vote for the most female, most diverse House of Representatives. That's the most pro-choice House of Representatives ever in our history. And now we have elected leaders on every level, including right here in Rhode Island, who are standing so strong with us because we know that states are the critical backstop to protecting the right to safe legal abortions. And right now, because of the will of the people, it's time to not only be on the defensive, we have to go on the offensive.
Yes.
In January, New York made history by codifying Roe versus Wade and taking abortion out of the criminal code and instead treating it as the health care that it is. And now all of us around the country are turning to you in Rhode Island to guarantee that abortion care remains safe and legal in this state, because we know that abortion is part of the full spectrum of reproductive health care, because we know that reproductive health care is health care, because we know that health care has to be a human right guaranteed to all, not a privilege available to some. So we urge the Senate to do their part to protect the health and rights of their constituents and ensure the health, the rights, and the futures of everyone here in Rhode Island. Thank you.